All right, what's going on, everyone? I'm Noah Halpany, and welcome to the 10-week anniversary special of ASK Today. This week, we're going to be answering your questions that you sent in. So first up, we got a few anonymous questions. The first one is, to the sports team, what's the best part of doing sports news?
Probably just so we get to announce the news for around port. We do some NFL things.
I actually learn a lot from it personally myself, even though we're the ones announcing it. I feel that I learn a lot from just doing ASK Today.
Same thing that Justin said. I think it's just really fun, and I think it's good to do this and answering all the questions about all sports. So, yeah.
All right, next up, we have to Jackson Mills. Will you ever do a sports interview again?
Yeah, actually, I don't want to give too much away, but I've actually been planning a little something, so you have to watch the episode. I think it'll be out right now.
All right, next up to Jaden. How did you get to interview the high schoolers?
Thanks to Noah and his mom.
All right, and for the last of the anonymous questions here to Deacon, how hard is it to get the weather right?
It's actually really cold because I have to go on my Chromebook and go on weather.com. It's like one of the hardest jobs ever.
All right, so next up, we got Jones and Elston Mills class. Zach Light's question for Noah, is mayonnaise an instrument? Personally, I think so. And Javier Colon's question for Jackson Gallo, where does the Fact Jacks get his facts from?
Well, if I had to say it, sometimes some of my friends give me some facts, but most of the time I just look them up online.
All right. Next up, we have from Curvin and Mia T to Noah. How long does it take to film an episode? Usually it'll take around 10 to 15 minutes, but it could take 20 to 25 if we have any issues. From Tim M to Justin, why is there no basketball section in sports news?
That's a good question. We just haven't been covering it, but for Tim, we're gonna start doing basketball. So look forward to that.
All right. There's another anonymous. Why not? From anonymous to Noah, as an editor, what is the green screen difficulty level? It's actually not that difficult because usually we don't wear green. Sometimes if we accidentally do, we find ways to fix it. We usually try to cover it up. All right, next up from Ariana, so it seems this one's to everyone. What was your guys' favorite episode? So I'm going to start with myself. I definitely say the April Fool's episode.
I'd say when I interviewed the high school ladies.
Probably the April Fool's episode. I'm just watching everyone do it.
Definitely the April Fool's episode.
Definitely the April Fool's episode.
April Fool's.
April Fool's episode.
The episode where me, Jackson, and Charlie snowboarded.
This is a hot take right here, but the first one ever outside, and I got to interview a few people. April Fool's.
Mine was like Jackson's. I like when he was interviewing Ben, he said, I put LB left bench.
I have to say the same with both Jacksons, actually. That the very first episode outside was definitely the best.
All right, and next up we have from Mason Townsend to Noah. Why did you start doing ASK Today? So I started ASK Today because if I'm being honest, it was mostly from inspiration from CNN 10. My thoughts when watching an episode of CNN 10 in class were, what if we had this but for ASK? So I started ASK. I got everyone here, and now we're here, 10 weeks. It's awesome. And from Dylan Johnson to Noah, how long does it take to script write? We actually don't use scripts. All of our stuff is, we mostly improvise, except one episode I know Jaden had to use the script because there was a lot. But sometimes we do have things like general, we have papers with the general thing that we're talking about, and that kind of thing. And now, that was the last of Jones and Elston. Most of now, Miss Listeners. Who or what inspired you to start ASK Today? Like I said earlier, mostly CNN 10. What grade do you have to be in to join ASK Today? 6th, and eventually probably 5th when 6th grade becomes middle school. When are you going to add a new member? I will answer that one in a future episode because I can't really answer that yet. Is your channel on YouTube? and not just school YouTube. I don't know what school YouTube is, but it's on normal YouTube. Could you give our class a shout out? Maybe.
Who's that from?
Now we have two from Tayshawn Concepcion. I don't know how to pronounce that last name correctly. I'm sorry. What I might have done it. To the Comedy Kids, what opinion on pineapple on pizza?
It's a good. I don't really care if you put kiwi on pizza. I mean, you can put whatever you want on pizza. That's the good thing about pizza. It's like
Talk about
tacos.
pineapples.
Kiwi, dude. I don't care what you put on pizza.
Okay.
You want it.
Anthony, what is your opinion on pineapple on pizza?
I don't know. It just seems gross. But either way, we already did that in an episode a while ago, right?
Yeah, we did. All right, and to the music people, what is your favorite musical instrument? I'll start.
The bass clarinet. Because I play it.
My favorite musical instrument, I actually have two. I like the piano and the flute.
I have two too. I like the piano and I like the guitar.
I like to play the clarinet.
Next up we have Pulcinelli's class from Jaden, not this Jaden, another Jaden in Miss Pulcinelli's class. How do you add their names? I'm going to guess that is like when each segment starts, I have like who's in that segment. I do it in my video editing software. I add text and I write their name and whatever it is, music correspondent, theater correspondent, sports, you know, that kind of stuff. From Aubrey, how do you talk with the little microphone? I'm assuming you're referring to the lavalier microphone we usually use. It's just a microphone.
Wireless.
It works like a normal microphone.
Yeah, you
Small.
hook it up to
It's
the
like-
camera and then turn it on.
It's
And
like a
speak
Bluetooth
into it.
microphone and you just tap it
Technically, yes.
when it's your turn.
All right, and from Amaya, how do you make the words? Again, I'm gonna assume that's the text on the screen. And I do the same thing with the names. I just add text on the screen. From Preston, why didn't you make the ASK logo red? Because I wanted to combine the red, white, and black colors of Port. So black background, white ASK, and then red
That
today.
was a good idea.
Because it was actually originally going to be red ASK and white today, but I ended up going with the one we have right now.
And it looks better.
Yeah, I think it looks nicer. From Alice, who films it, Deacon, I'm going to let you answer that one.
So originally in the first couple episodes, I was the cameraman, and then Noah would take over for my segment, the best. But eventually we got a tripod, and on that broke, we got another tripod.
So,
And if you're wondering, the tripod's names are Deacon 2 and Deacon 3 I meant.
All right. And another from Alice, how do you get the backgrounds with the green screen? I get rid of the green, and I just add an image, and you get different backgrounds. From Antonio, how do you get the green screen? We get the green screen from Mr. Hartman. He sets it up, and we use it, and when we actually use it, it's a video editing software feature to get rid of the green. From Kira, why do you have different backgrounds? So we have different backgrounds to kind of represent the segment. The comedy has like a comedy club because that's basically what it is. Jaden has a stage because theater. The music people have a large piece of sheet music because large amounts of news and music.
yes.
And the sports guys have a football stadium because I'm pretty sure they talk about football more than anything.
They are probably.
Baseball.
And Deacon has the clouds because it's like,
Weather.
it's weather. And me and Jackson, I was going to give Jackson a special background, but I couldn't really find anything that worked.
And I'm fine with having you give me.
And it was in an unreleased part of one of the ASK Today episodes. I'm fairly sure it was last week. Deacon said to beg me to give him a new background, which I
Yes.
didn't do.
Sadly.
Fine.
No, it's not.
All right. And finally, for the last question, from Hunter, where do you make it? Right here in Mr. Hartman's computer room. This is like the unofficial ASK
Studio.
Today studio. Well, thank you all for watching the 10-week anniversary of ASK Today.
Yay!
We're hoping to do a lot more than 10,
Yeah!
unless people stop supporting us.
We
Yeah.
better get 1,000 likes.
Yeah,